I'll just do my little intro. So, welcome to this week's Members Weekly Group Coaching Session as part of the Personal Brand Hub. The Personal Brand Hub is a community which I've created for founders that are on a similar mission to build a strong and memorable personal brand that positions them as the go-to experts in their industry. And this week, we are looking at Positioning 101, why no one gets what you do, and how to fix it. This picture on the front, the first screen you see, there is a reason to it. This is me back in my day as the private healthcare guy. And that was a great example of positioning. And we'll come on to why I became the private healthcare guy in a second. But before we start, if you've been here before, you'll recognize my personal brand framework for founders. It's important that I share this every time to cement how I go about and how I successfully build personal brands. Now, my framework is called Be More You, and it's an anagram. That's right. That's the right term, isn't it? For beliefs, sharing your beliefs, your values, for example, what you stand for, what you stand against, sharing your experiences, your unique story, what brought you to this position or situation in life. Moments, so that's like everyday things behind the scenes, your opinions, because no one's going to remember someone that is as vanilla as a vanilla ice cream. Results, bit of social proof, never goes amiss, showing people how bloody good you are at what you do. Expertise, again, showing people how bloody good at what you do, but giving them value for free. That's how I would differentiate the results and the expertise. Showing your expertise through your content. Look at what I can do. Look how I can help people. Imagine if you paid me. Your why do you do what you do? The old Simon Sinek verbiage. Is that even the right word? Just fucking bringing up words now. And your why. So why do you do what you do is really important to share because it helps people build an emotional connection with you. That's why. Appreciating others, colleagues or mentors or collaborations, actually. That's something that's really occurred to me recently within the others part is collaborations. Collaborations with people that can help you build your network, collaborations with similar people within your industry. Gary, I was encouraging you to do some. We haven't done this session for a couple of weeks, but then last session we were talking about I was recommending do collaborate. I think it was in our one-to-one session actually. I was recommending do collaboration with you, and that falls under others, which is quite that's something I've just realised. And unfiltered, so dropping the filter, being more you, I suppose, and dropping that professional facade. That is my aim. Now, shared consistently, you attract better aligned clients, opportunities, talent, and funding because what's for you won't miss. Now, let's have a look at the private healthcare guy. What a douche. No, I'm joking. The reason I used to run, for those of you that are new here, I used to run a health insurance business for 4 years in my early 20s. It was a franchise as part of a larger company, a bit similar to Bupa, but a bit more old fashioned. And I started in this business when I was 21. First 12 months are really tough. And a few people were asking me, Ben, can you do life insurance? Or Ben, can you do mortgage, like home insurance? And I was like, no, I don't do that. Or the other question would be, what is health insurance? Or people would mistake health insurance for life insurance or income protection. So without any real intention, I was a bit sick of people misunderstanding my positioning. And so I branded myself the private healthcare guy to make it totally and utterly clear what I did, but also to make it incredibly easy to remember me because it kind of rolls off the tongue. It doesn't roll off the tongue, so to speak, but it sticks in your head. And if if there's like two third parties a couple of miles away from you or whatever in a meeting room, and they're like, oh, I need some health insurance. Oh, I've come across this guy called the private healthcare guy. He might be able to help you. You are the first person that person thinks of because you've positioned yourself totally clear. And that's why positioning is so important within a personal brand. So I picked this title, I repeated it to death, and I became that guy. People knew me as the private healthcare guy. The more I simplified it, the easier to remember, the more money I made. And that is literally what happened. I started making a lot of money, bought a lot of stupid watches and a lot of stupid cars. But it paid off. The important thing to remember is people don't buy when they're confused. They don't know, they're never going to reach out, or they're not even going to reach out to you in the first place, full stop, if they don't know what you do. They're just going to scroll right past. So, what positioning actually is? Well, it's not a logo, it's what people say when they introduce you at the pub. So, Gary, what would someone, has anyone introduced you recently to someone else at BNI, for example? And what did they say? What do people say about you?
That
What
mad Scottishman.
about the problem you solve? Scottish
Yeah,
independence.
hey, that's the one. Um, yes, yeah, people will introduce me as this is Gary. He does social media or content or websites. Yeah, I've had that in BNI, definitely, kind of in-person meetings,
Can you
which
recall anything recently?
recently, yeah, I think the last one I was at, I was introduced as someone introduced me as, if you want someone to help you with your content and website, speak to Gary, which
Yeah,
was great. Yeah, it was
there
like
we go.
affirmation that, it
Your personal brand is working for you.
starting to sink in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's what personal brand should do. It should work for you when you're asleep.
Hmm.
That's why I joke about generational wealth. I'm
Skiers.
I'm just pissing. I'm honestly just pissing around. So coach means nothing. If I see coach in a LinkedIn headline, I'm just going to go, what? But if you, and this goes to niche as well, so it's all kind of intertwines, right? But I help burnt out founders show up online does mean something. It speaks to someone, it speaks to founders, and it speaks to people that are burnt out, and it speaks to people that want to show up online. If your grandma cannot explain what you do, then perhaps it's too complicated. If your most elderly relative alive cannot explain what you do, then you really need to take a look at your positioning. It's important to remember you're not writing poetry, you're solving a problem. So say it fucking clearly. Three positioning pitfalls that I see. Trying to be everything to everyone. Gary, we come across this all the time at networking.
Yeah.
So basically, that's the first word. We help anyone that is, that's exactly how it comes out.
No, the first word's usually obviously, which
Obviously, basically, we help anybody that has a website. Right, fuck me. Everyone, basically every business in the world has a website. I have no idea who to introduce you to. I have no idea what problem you solve apart from making websites. Not going to make you memorable, mate.
you got a
Sorry.
website, Ben.
No, I think no, no, no.
I know a man.
Yeah, no, you could help me. You could really help me. We'll chat about it afterwards, but I'm sort of leaning towards the landing page stuff.
Yeah.
I did actually message you one time and I was like, oh, I could do with the landing. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting
Yeah.
sidetracked. This is for the recording. I'll come back to it. People don't care about your job title. It means nothing unless it speaks to a particular problem that you solve. As I say here, they care about what problem you solve for them. So that's why you constantly see people's LinkedIn headlines. I help so and so solve this problem because it works. It does work. I know it's getting a bit old now and everyone's got one, but it helps people understand what specific problem you solve. And the more specific it is, the more memorable it is. And the more humor it's got and the more personable it is, then guess what? The more memorable it is. If it's got a sprinkle of personality in there, like you're a bass guitarist, or, and I know it can sometimes be like, I see some like, I'm not being rude here, but like VAs, for example. I love my dog, and also that's a bit. I shouldn't say that. Sorry, but like people that are like, I love tennis, and I love playing football on the weekends. It's like not going to make you memorable. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
think about what makes you unique. Playing football on the weekends isn't really unique. What makes you unique? This is the work that I constantly do all the time with clients. If you change your niche more times than your socks, no wonder no one gets it and they don't know what to approach you for. They'll get confused. You know, we see people there's that Canadian woman at networking, no names mentioned, who one week's doing this, the next week's doing that. You are starting from ground zero
Mhm.
with, okay, oh no, all right, I'll take that back. If you have a personal brand, you're not starting. If you have a strong personal brand and you pivot, you're not starting from zero because people already trust you. They know you, they know what problem you solve. And as long as that pivot is still sticking within that problem you solve, then people should still approach you. If you're pivoting out of the problems you solve into something you're not very good at, or something that people, no, sorry, something that people don't know you're good at, sorry, then guess what? They're not going to come to you first. You're starting from scratch on the whole building the memorability stuff. You've just spent so long and so much effort building up, this memorable side of things. Like, this is what we do, this is how I help people. And then you pivot and you change again. People aren't going to choose you as the first option unless they really, really know, like, and trust you already. So it can happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but you really need to have that weighty personal brand. And this is the thing, right? People with super strong personal brands, like celebrities, like Stephen Bartlett, can change week by week on what they advocate and what they sell because they are know, liked, and trusted. So many people know them. So many people know what they're good for. Not good for. So many people trust them, sorry, that they are willing to go, okay, I'll buy that product if Stephen says so. So if you do have an incredibly strong personal brand, go for it. But, just need to be very careful about who's going to follow you and who's still going to reach out. People are time poor, outcome driven. They don't have time to decode your bio. So say it clearly. And that's why, as I say, you see all this, I help so and so, and it gets a bit dull, a bit boring now, but it does work. I help. Oh, there's one here. I got a great example. Come back. My one was, I put you into hospital faster than a heavyweight boxer for my previous business.
That's
I was
great.
doing health insurance. Anyway, I'll come back. I'll come on to that. But I don't know who gave me that. I don't think it was myself. Nail your niche without crying into your morning coffee. Pick a person. Never say I help people and never say everyone or whoever needs help. You can niche by pain point. So I typically go with that. At the moment, I do that. So I go with founders that are not consistent, not showing up online with clarity, and want to be recognized as the go-to experts in their industry. I don't target a specific industry at the moment. I target a pain point. You can do either. Just depends on what suits your skill set and who you like and who you are best placed to help. I would go with the pain point if you say to yourself, "Oh, I've helped loads of people with that challenge before, and actually I quite enjoy solving that." Now it can take time to get to that point. It can take years, and I'm not at that point yet. I'm not saying I am, and not everyone is. But if you have a really clear understanding and track record of helping a particular person in a particular industry with a particular pain point, fucking go for it. Niche, 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 but only niche. I know everyone's telling you to niche right now. Anyone who's listening, only niche when you know who you love helping and who you're best placed to help. There's my advice. There's my 2 cents. Now it might take time to, yeah, okay. I always do this. basically just said that. I didn't even read that down there. Clarity wins every single time because it speaks to a specific someone. You speak to everyone, you speak to no one.
Hmm.
Right, this is a really good tip. And I've started doing a lot more of this now as my business has matured. Steal their words. Your ideal clients are out there already giving you the script. So if you're having calls with them, this is the benefit of me working remotely. I do all my calls on Zoom and everything's transcribed. There might be a challenge with doing a lot of face-to-face meetings as you do, Gary. But in that case, you kind of want to get, if there's a possibility, obviously with permission, you kind of want to get in the habit of recording these meetings just and transcribing them because they are gold dust once you put, not that you're going to go back and listen to them because that's a complete waste of your valuable time. But if you put them into ChatGPT, it's really going to be able to understand what challenges do I help my clients solve and create an ideal customer persona for me. And that's what you and I have done, Gary. I've recorded every single session I've had with you. Now, what would make it even better, this ICP document, which we've shared, is actually getting those conversations from clients. So what I want you to do is take what I've created for you, and although it's valuable, I want you to refine it even more using ChatGPT. So I want you to go, this is my ideal customer persona, as Ben believes after conversations, but I have these transcripts with my clients, if you've got any, and testimonials. Testimonials are really good for niching your ICP, for finding your ICP, and just put that all in ChatGPT and just go refine it based on my conversations. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and just to kind of give you a wee an
Go on.
example, I did this recently with a client who I'm working with, who's I'm doing social media for this client,
Yeah.
and so I recorded using ChatGPT because you can now record meetings and discussions in chat. So I recorded
Yeah, you said. Yeah.
so I recorded the meeting with the client, and then I was able to go back and refine that with chat and say, okay, now listen to what the client said. The client wants really bright kind of branding, pink and green, and really garish, horrible colors that I wouldn't
Yeah.
normally do. But
Yeah.
this is what the client wants.
Yeah.
And it's not about me, it's about what the client wants.
Yeah.
And she loved it. She loved the kind of the product because it's what she wanted, it's what she said, and
Did you
it's
did you have that conversation with her in person or on Zoom?
on Zoom.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Brilliant.
and it's great because you can miss things if you're having a face-to-face or a Zoom chat, but
Yeah.
if it's recorded and then you give it a
Yeah.
chat,
Yeah.
it picks
Mate,
up those
it's
little nuggets that you're like, oh, I didn't think of that, or that's what she asked for,
yeah.
or that's what they want, and
Yeah.
it
It's
then just
making I've only just started realizing now, like 3 years after ChatGPT came out, 2.5 years, that how to really use it properly.
mm, yeah.
Especially now with call transcripts and stuff, it's just going to be so advantageous. Question to you then, what are you going to do when you do face-to-face meetings?
Yeah, that's the tricky bit because
I would ask to record it and
Mm,
get an app on your phone.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you, and just be honest, be like, I might miss something and I can't always write as fast as you speak, and have a notepad with you. That's what I always do on my calls.
I think you can on your phone. Yeah, you can. You can record. Yeah, you can record on your phone with ChatGTP. So yeah, that's a
Will
good
it just
idea.
sit there for an hour though and just sit there and record
Yeah, it'll just sit
on
and
chat?
record
Okay.
until you press
Yeah.
send. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I've done that with other people. But yeah,
But it doesn't save. I'd be wary of that because I know what you mean. And I start speaking to ChatGPT now. I can't be able to type anything. Um, I'd just be wary that it doesn't save it anywhere. I know it's like in its memory bank, but you can't take it off. I would I would use the traditional voice memo app
all right.
on your phone, and then you being techie as you are, find get that recording and plop it into a web browser function, a website, and just go transcribe this, and then copy and paste that transcript into a Word document, and then you can save that Word document, and that's your North Star there. You're not just, and then you can use it in whichever AI app you want. Whereas if you're recording it on ChatGPT on your phone, you can't then rip it off. I mean, you could ask it for a summary, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah. So
suppose.
you're kind of talking about like making a brand guidelines, I guess, for that content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And if they disagree, if they like you producing something, you're like, well, you said it here. Like, I'm literally.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, so start hoarding transcripts, voice notes, DMs, client rants. It's pure bloody gold, Rodney. This time next year, Gary.
Yes, this time next year.
Own a phrase and repeat it until people roll their eyes and pay attention to you. So my one was I put you in hospital faster than Anthony Joshua or heavyweight boxer. And it always got a laugh. And I would, yeah, if I were you, Gary, like I would take that,
Yeah.
what I've just said, and go, this is one that Ben had a while ago. Why don't you think of something for me, knowing what you know about me, that's funny and catch? Do you have any? I mean, sorry, I'm jumping in.
Yeah, I
Do you have
do. I
anything like that?
do. Yeah, I do have a tagline, and I think I first noticed it when I was joined BNI, and
Yeah,
everyone who was doing like a 60 or 30-second presentation would always
yeah,
end with a tagline.
yeah,
Some of them were brilliant, really funny, like
yeah,
a guy who was a chimney sweep, and I think his was, but or different people would like play on words, and so what I say is at the end of every kind of little, so my tagline is, unlike a bear, there's no hibernation,
yeah. Oh, that's it. Of
which is
course. Sorry. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay. It's not the best. It's
It's
not
memorable.
it's not Les
It's not funny
Dawson.
though. Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
not
not
funny
funny.
though.
No.
No. And I think humor is always, for some reason, obviously, it's just more memorable, isn't it? I don't know. I can't explain why,
Yeah, I
but it
don't
is
know.
memorable.
Yeah, but yours is great. I put you in hospital faster than, yeah, Mike
Heavyweight
Tyson,
boxer. Yeah,
because
Mike Tyson. Yeah.
yeah, because it's cheeky and it's a wee bit kind of like, oh, right, okay,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
look at this then.
People remember it as well because they're like, oh, you're the guy that says put you in hospital faster than heavyweight boxer. Or they'd approach me and go, you're the private healthcare guy. If they see me online, they approached me and they were like, you're the private healthcare guy. If they'd seen me in person at a networking event, they'd remember me because I'd said that term.
Yeah.
What makes you stand out? Is it your phrase? Is it your look? Is it what you wear? Stand out as best is it your hobbies, like your bass guitar?
hmm
Is it, yeah, what is it? What makes you more memorable? What makes you you, and what helps people remember you? This
Yeah.
is literally it. That's literally what it boils down to. Personal branding. Being
hmm
remembered when you're not in the room.
Yeah.
Personal branding 101. Now, some positioning examples. Lottie Kent, my favorite. I bang on about her all the time. She helps women achieve financial security by creating a visual and clear plan pre, during, and post divorce. Award-winning chartered financial expert resolution. She's positioned herself, right? Niching. What's the difference between niching and positioning? Well, niche is a very clear position. There we go. Right. Now, Lottie has created this niche off the back of her lived experiences. So her parents have been through divorce, so she can empathize and she can relate, and people read that and build an emotional connection. And she is now specifically helping one type of target audience, which she's now got really good at. So she knows exactly the pain points to speak to, exactly how to help these women because she's helped loads of them. Now that's taken her some time and some self-discovery. So you might not be able to find that overnight. Yeah, I would love a conversation with her. I haven't really spoken to her much, although I talk about her a lot. I'd love a conversation with her to see where it all came from. Joe, MC, Gary, I'd strongly recommend touching base or connecting with this guy. We did a session with him earlier this week. He's a very intelligent young chap, about my age, who builds back end conversion funnels and lead magnets. So, like for example, my 4 weeks free coaching or my personal brand reviews that I do, like your free reel, that is a funnel. That's a lead magnet. So Joe's is really simple. Simon, obviously, he's the new private healthcare guy. He nabbed my name as soon as I lost the business. Cheeky bugger. But I also helped him a lot. So when I first started this business, to help me get better at my job and to help refine what I wanted to do, and helping you build the right health insurance policy for you, your family, and your business. Great. Right, some fixes. The positioning fix. Rewrite your headline so A, it's easily memorable. It stands out from the crowd. So it has a bit of humor in there, for example, not just your hobbies at the end. Like I play golf at the weekends. Well, like, fuck yeah, no, like, Jesus Christ, you really, like, I'd rather go and watch paint dry. Or B, and B, speaks to a pain point or challenge of your ideal customer persona. Because you want to be speaking, I'm kind of repeating myself here, but you really, really, really need to be speaking to that ideal customer persona that you're ideally placed to help and you love helping. Pick one person, an ideal client, someone that you've loved working with, and I want you to speak directly to them for the next month through your content. Ask ChatGPT to write you 2 posts each week for the next month based on your ideal customer persona document. There you go. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Post something this week that says who you help and what problem you solve. So, for example, I help founders that don't know how to show up online, and I help them position themselves as the go-to experts in their industry. Now, that's a bit of a salesy post, I give you that, but you can work that into a story. If your positioning makes you sound like a Swiss Army knife, it's wrong. You're not a tool. Don't try and be everything to everyone. It's wrong. You are a tool. You're a massive tool. That was good. I think that's better, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's wrong. You're a tool. It's right. I tell you what, it's right. No, it's wrong. Yeah, okay, no, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
If your positioning makes you sound like a Swiss Army knife, like you do 10 million things, it's right. You're a tool. Don't try and be like that. I fucking yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. Don't try and be everything to everyone. The way I amuse you, think I'm funny.
You think I'm funny?
Right, there we go, pal.